All right, we are live.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
You had perfect timing.
You was about to hit me up, I know, right?
I was like, Facebook got some new stuff going on when they try to let you stream your video. So we was like trying to troubleshoot it. And I was like, I hope she don't try to, jump in while we in the middle of this because we weren't live yet.
Oh, okay. Are we
So
live
we're live now. So welcome
We're live
everyone.
now.
Oh, we're live.
To Melanated in Business. We are so happy to have you here again with us on a Thursday evening. So we are here. We jumping in quick. Get it started already with us. We have our special guest, Miss Nikki Venus, in the house. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
So we are going to start it off. We hope you all are tuned in, and we are going to get the tea. Tawanda, what is the tea for the day? What are we doing to celebrate our melanated businesses?
So, despite the economic impact that COVID and the civil unrest that we've been in over the, us Black people and the brutality, today I just want to take a moment and shout out a couple of businesses that has had some very great accomplishments. The first business I'm shouting, well, the first business owner that I'm shouting out is Jarvis Relaford. He, over the past 3 months, his business has exploded. So he's acquired 2 commercial properties as well as 3 new staffers. Congratulations. Another that I am shouting out is Jazara Bradley has released a novel called Love of My Life. I'll post that link later. Congratulations. Another is Briscoe, which has moved her business on into Florida, her real estate business.
You're frozen.
And I'm frozen. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Here you go.
Am I still frozen?
You back.
Okay. Let's see. So another real estate agent I want to shout out is Shoshana Williams, which has made it into her company, well, her brokerage, Berkshire Hathaway in East Cobb office. She is one of the top teammates, the top agents for 2020 so far. And that is it for today. I just want to say congratulations to everybody and thank you for sharing with me your accomplishments that you've had over the last 3 months, because we are still doing it. No matter what's going on, we are still doing it.
Right.
Still pushing, still positive, still driving, still succeeding, still reaching our goals, because this is just the halfway mark. We're just in the second quarter. Don't give up on your race just because it looks like you're losing. You know what happened when the Patriots came back, you know what I mean, on them Falcons. It don't take it.
We ain't even listening to all that.
She like, gone.
Oh, with that.
It's okay, but a good, regathering at the halftime, and anything can happen. So don't give up. Don't feel like, this is the end and your 2020 is thrown away and you just throw it away and jump into 2021. You got to stay faithful. You got to stay believing in everything that you set your goals to be, and keep pushing, because if you can make it through this and climb and grow your business, then everything after this is going to be easy. It's going to be a simple, trickle down effect of overflow into your life. So just keep pushing, keep being positive, keep staying motivated, and keep your, doing everything that you need to do.
Yes.
For your business. So kudos to them for growing and maintaining to be successful, during this time frame. I definitely, I'm with you. I'm there, because it's not easy. It's not easy to do when we're not in a pandemic. So
yes,
to be able to strive and grow in the midst of one says a lot about you and your purpose and your drive. So kudos. So with that being said, we are going to jump in to Miss Nikki Venus.
Yes.
Miss Nikki Venus, who are you?
So I am a style coach as well as a biz strategist, coaching other stylists how to scale and grow their business. So that is what I do. I've been actually doing it full time now for 3 years, but I've been in the style spectrum for like over 15 years. So been doing it for some time. My background, I was in corporate America for like 15 years doing business risk management. So I left corporate to pursue my passion to do this full time. So I've been doing it now for 3 years. And so, yeah.
Well, kudos, but them numbers not adding up, ma'am.
What?
Let me see. So I figured you about 30. You gave me 15. So what, you started at 1? You started in corporate America at 1?
Listen, my birthday is next week. I want to be 39.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You don't look like 39.
Thank you. Yes.
Black don't crack.
Yes.
So.
39. Yes. I jumped in corporate when I was like 22.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, and I just kept climbing the ladder. I actually had my online boutique too when I was working full time in corporate.
Okay.
So I had an online boutique for like 6 years.
Yeah. Got it. So I have a question. Mm-hmm. What is a style coach? What is the difference between a style coach and a stylist?
So I get this question all the time. So let me break it down. Okay. So a style coach is one that styles your client, that teaches your client about style based on their lifestyle and their budget, versus like a personal stylist. You're hiring a personal stylist to style you for a particular event or an occasion.
Okay.
So a style coach, I'm coaching you about style. So you know everything about style based on your body type, based on like the color palette, based on your skin complexion, all of that. The whole 9 yards, how to maintain it, how to make sure that you are purchasing clothes with intent and not just buying just to buy and they just hanging up in your closet looking pretty, taking up space. So that's what a style coach does versus I think a personal stylist. And it's not to say a personal stylist doesn't teach their clients strategies, because I'm all about strategies and teaching you, making sure that you shop with purpose. But a personal stylist really just focuses on the event or the occasion. So you have a stylist, oh yeah, I got an all white party that I'm going to, let me get a stylist. Whereas a style coach, I'm coaching you about style. So then essentially I'm coaching you to be your own stylist.
Okay.
You know, so you can learn all of those strategies and implement them and you know how to maintain it. Because a lot of times what we do as women is we'll just to shop with no purpose. You go out into the stores like, oh, this is cute. Oh, this is only $20. Let me get this. And then it really doesn't fit your lifestyle. Or you got a top and like, oh man, I need a pair of shoes to go with this. And that top is hanging up in your closet. You're not shopping with purpose. Mm-hmm. You're not shopping with purpose, or you're not shopping based on your lifestyle. So that's what I do as a style coach. And I teach my clients, my students, how to grow their styling business, how to grow and scale it with virtual clients. So that's the difference between a style coach and a personal stylist.
Okay, because I was wondering, because I was like, well, she says she a coach, so she got to be teaching them something.
Yeah.
So I can see, but you know what? I think that the more we have style coaches, the less we'll need stylists.
Yeah, essentially.
Because if you teach me how to piece it together, mm-hmm. then when I have that event, I already know how to piece it together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I won't have to hire that stylist for that one moment. Not knocking the stylist, like, hey, stylist out there.
Right.
But
right. And
you know what I mean?
And that's why, as a style coach, essentially, at least my price points are relatively higher than a personal stylist to say, oh, I just need an outfit for this one event, 1 or 2 looks. So when a client comes to me and they want the whole package, my package is like $2,500 because I'm going through everything. So it's an investment into yourself for you to learn how to break the style rut cycle.
So what does a package include? Or what can a package include?
Oh, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of components in there. And it really too, I like to start it off based on where the client is, but it could be, it could be a closet edit. It could be outfit curation, color palette analysis, wardrobe action plan, wardrobe lifestyle analysis, It could be ongoing coaching support, body type, talking about that. We have virtual sessions all the time. So it's a lot of components included into that. And it's over a period of 3 to 6 months.
Okay. So it's kind of like a life coach for my closet.
I mean, essentially, that's what a style coach is. It's like stylist and life coach combined. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of times too, like you have to make sure that your confidence is there. Because a lot of times I've had clients to where their confidence is not there at all. And then it doesn't matter what I put them in, they're going to have nitpick about something. So that's where the life coaching come in.
Okay.
So.
Got it. Yeah. You got a question, Tawanda?
No. So, well, let me ask this. So when you're coaching them on different things, you kind of push them to go with their brand colors, or do you just whatever really fits their physique or things like that?
My ideal clients, I work with corporate professional women. So I don't work with entrepreneurs. So my business is a little bit different. So I have the style coaching part of my business, and that is me working with women, helping them understand their style and make sure they know how to have it work within their lifestyle. The other side of my business is me coaching stylists, teaching them how to grow and scale their business. So I got two kind of audiences within my business. So yeah.
So what impact would you say that a style coach has on your branding? Like, how important do you feel that someone who is marketing themselves or their business and their branding should invest in a style coach?
I think it's important that you know how to show up for your brand. You know what I mean? Like you have an image and you need to be able to know how to show up, especially virtually, face-to-face, client facing. So, it's just like hiring a hairstylist. I mean, you're not going to go to somebody and their hair a hot mess, right?
Right.
So you want to make sure that you look the part when you show up live. You don't want to look a hot mess. And I actually have some clients of mine now, students, that my focus is, as far as style coaching, is corporate professional women. I have some stylists, all they do is work with entrepreneurs and they're brand style coaches. So they work with you in making sure that your image matches your brand, color palette, making sure you know how to show up in photo shoots so that it translates well on your website, on your Instagram, on your social media. So yeah. That answer your question?
It does. It does. Because a lot of times when we're building our business or we're building our brands, we're so focused on whatever product or service that we offer that we forget that we are our brand as well. Right. And so when we're out, we have to represent our brand in a certain way, but then you want to be consistent in your representation. Right. I see a lot of times, and I've done it myself, where personally I'm in a zone. I'm all t-shirts, no matter if I have on a jeans or a skirt and a nice, jacket.
Right.
That's what I'm in. And then I'll shift from that to be like, oh, I'm just feeling really suitsy, everywhere I go, I want to be in a suit. But then that's inconsistent with someone who's following my brand, who's following me. So that kind of, I feel, is a good investment, but that's a part that we don't really focus on. You know what I mean? That's that where it gets lost.
Yeah. And you want to make sure too that you're comfortable in what you like to wear. Like if you're comfortable in like jeans and a t-shirt all the time, you can still do that within your brand. And some entrepreneurs, they don't know how to do that and make sure that it fits. When it comes to social media, what matters the most is that you are providing value to your audience, to your ideal client, to whoever you're trying to serve, and that content needs to resonate with them. So if you are a stylist, you need to make sure, if you're a stylist and say you want to style busy moms, all of your content, it needs to make sure that it resonates with that busy mom. So she can see your content and make sure, I'm like, oh man, she's in my head. She's giving these tips. This is what I'm going through right now. So I think that it doesn't matter if you're a stylist, if you're a biz strategist, if you're a graphic designer, you want to make sure that you show up authentic, and you want to show up as you want to make sure that as far as social media wise, that it matches your whole theme and flow and personality. Same thing with your website. All of that needs to be like cohesive. It doesn't just need to be a hodgepodge of stuff. It doesn't need to be like, oh man, I know I got to post, and you just posting just to post, because that does nothing.
Right. So coming into this field, how did you brand yourself? Like, how did you get into this? I know you've been in it for 15 years, but how did you actually veer off and say, okay, I'm going to be a style coach, I'm going to be a business strategist, merge the two, and this is my lane? How did you push that?
So
very large social media following.
How did I what?
I said you have a very large social media following. So, like, you know, that's a hard thing to grow. So how did you push that?
Girl, tell me about it. Yes, it's very hard. When I decided to go ahead and say, wrap it up with the online boutique, you know, I said, pump the brakes. I kept, you know, climbing the ladder in corporate America. And then I told my husband, I was like, okay, I know that from doing so many different events in Atlanta when I had my online boutique, I was like, I really wanted to do something that I know would be a good service for a woman for closet and style. So I wanted to come up with something that was 360. And so I decided to do style and closet therapy service. So not only am I style coaching clients with their style based on their lifestyle, but for my clients in Atlanta, I also offer custom closet design and installation, as well as closet organizing. So I offer the whole 360. So I will come in, do the measurements, get my contractor to come in and install it. So when I had my online boutique, that's what made me think, like, from all the clients and everybody that I've met, I knew that it was like a gap, like, oh yeah, you know, I need help with this outfit, and they would purchase from me. But at the same time, their closet was a hot mess. So I knew that once I started a new venture, I wanted something that was 360. And that's how I developed the style coaching, as well as the whole 360 style and closet therapy service. How I branched into coaching other stylists is I started to get a lot of DMs on social media, like, hey, Nikki, can you coach me? How do you do this? What do you do this about this? And so with that, I knew eventually I wanted to coach other stylists and teach them, because it's hard. I mean, within my industry, a lot of stylists don't want to tell you nothing. It's very competitive. They want to keep everything hush hush, secretive. And so I said, eventually I will coach. I actually started coaching earlier than I wanted to, because I had so many girls like, can you just do it now? I was working on my program, Style Coach Academy. It wasn't even launched. And I had like 3 girls contact me. It was like, I said, I'm not ready yet, you know? And so they're like, well, can you just start coaching me one-on-one? So I started coaching one-on-one before it was even launched. So that's how my program started. That's how everything came into play and was born, as far as me coaching other stylists. But it was just feedback, and hit me up in my DM and like, hey, can you mentor me? Can you coach me? How do you do this? But as far as building my social media presence, is you got to show up every day. I like to tell my students, my clients, you got to show up every damn day, period. You just got to, like, especially if you're going to use the power of social media, you have to show up all the time. There's no, let me post one time, skip 2 days, 3 days, let me post. Because how the algorithm works, it's like literally starting all over again. So right now, my students, they have a challenge to where I'm making them, even though with all this going on, I tell them, okay, you're going to have to just move how you want to move, because I know emotions are up and down. But before all of this went left, the goal was for them to post 3 times a day. And 2 of those posts needed to be about their offerings. Because the more and more your ideal client, your audience sees your offer, they're more likely to purchase. I mean, it takes somebody 7 times to see something before they're ready to purchase. Mm-hmm. So how I grew my social media is collaborations, posting consistently, and posting value content that I knew my audience would want to follow me. Like, oh man, she dropping these gems. Let me follow her because she dropping these gems. So that's why it's very important to make sure that you know what your ideal client is looking for. That's so important.
So you post tips, fashion tips, kind of little.
So when I first started growing my social media platform, it was all about style tips. Now, if you go to my social media platform, you'll see nothing but business tips. And the reason why is because I am kind of not transitioning out from being a style coach. Really, I'm like a master style coach to style coaches, if that makes sense.
Okay, master.
So I'm kind of that, because I'm a style coach to the style coaches. So teaching them how to grow their styling business. But I started off with just style tips, because I was only styling clients at that point, right? Style Coach Academy wasn't even there. I wasn't coaching any other stylists. And so I started to, actually this year, I transitioned to everything was just business related. Actually, yeah, okay. This year everything was business related. I still style my clients, but I only style my existing. I'm not taking on any new clients because I don't even have the bandwidth. So I don't even have the bandwidth, and so I don't have to promote my style coaching. I don't promote it at all. So the only thing that I promote and put out there is me as a biz strategist coaching other stylists. So if you go to my platform now, you're not gonna see no style tips from Nikki. You're just gonna see business stuff.
They're gonna be like, style coach, she ain't said nothing about a jacket, a shirt, or nothing.
I need to change that. I probably need to change that to master style coach or something.
You better work that master. From now on, ma'am, I will address you as master style coach.
Yeah, I think I need to change that.
You probably do. I'm thinking that you do, because they're gonna come looking for little fashion tips and you don't have it there, and they're gonna be
well, at least my blurb in my bio tells them exactly what it is that I do. So
ain't nobody reading that, Nikki. they picture standing.
That's another thing with social media, especially with Instagram. If your bio is not optimized, boo-boo, nobody is going to find you. Period. They're not gonna find you. And so a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't capitalize on optimizing their bio. So, if you optimize your bio correctly and you put a keyword in the search engine, you will populate.
So y'all got that? Optimize your bio, even on IG.
Man, dude. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my son. Danny, come here.
We understand. We all sheltering in place. We got stuff going on. I was talking to somebody down the hall. Good.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, what is it called? What's the name of your academy?
It's called Style Coach Academy.
And that's the academy. That's just for the clients who you are teaching.
Yeah, it's a 6-week program that I coach. A self-paced program for stylists. So it's for that stylist that doesn't know who their ideal client is, doesn't know how to price and package their services, doesn't know how to onboard a client, doesn't know what to say on discovery calls, how to market and position themselves on social media, and what I like to say, how to set up a sales style system for longevity in your business. All of that I coach and teach that in the program. So it's self-paced, modules, PDF, videos, all of that. And the program is lifetime access. And then every week we have a weekly group coaching call.
Okay. So once they sign up for it for the 6 weeks, after the 6 weeks, they have access to that 6 weeks module.
So here's the thing, and I'm crazy about doing this. Eventually I may change it. But that's the one benefit about my program. When I say lifetime access, you get lifetime access to the program and you get lifetime access to the group call. So every single week you can hop on a group call with me.
For the rest of my life.
Basically.
Okay.
So yeah. The program is $9.97. and I do payment plans as well, but that price is probably going to increase because I'm putting a new lesson in there on how to do Facebook ads.
Okay. So does your is that for any level stylist or any level so the beginning person can join your academy, mid-level, or is it just
I think it's really for the beginning. Some mid-level, I will say, because I have some students in there that have websites, but still are struggling to like kind of get really clear on who their ideal client is, get clarity. And then they have styling packages, but then they really don't know if they're correct and how to package them correctly. So it's for, I would say, mid and beginner. If you're advanced at that point, you should be in the scaling stage. You should have been, you should be scaling at the scaling stage to where maybe you're utilizing Facebook ads. But I would say beginning and mid-level.
So where do you get the bulk of your, I know that you only use existing clients now, but where do you get the bulk of your clients? Is it from your ads? Is it from referrals? Or you just kind of worked off of the boutique clients and you just kind of went from there?
So with for my style coaching, for me styling clients, I don't promote that side of my business at all. For me being like the master style coach, biz strategist to other stylists, I utilize Facebook ads. Right now, I'm utilizing Facebook ads like very heavy. I let that do all my heavy lifting, and I don't do anything. Like when I tell you, I don't do anything, and then I just have my calendar booked from that. But if I wasn't using it, I would have to constantly promote. And it's a lot. Starting out, if you don't have the funds to start Facebook ads, then you have to be consistent and show up every day on social media. When I first started, I didn't have the funds to do that. But now I do, so I can kind of take a step back and just let the Facebook ads do all the heavy lifting. But all of my clients now, majority come from Instagram. Some of them may see an ad on Facebook, but it's really a lot from either my promotions using Facebook and Instagram ads, or I like to use a DM strategy. So I have a mean cold DM strategy that I use that has worked with me as a style coach and as me as a biz strategist, and it works all the time in getting clients. And so that's one of the things that's in my program. They get my exact script. So I have gotten a lot of clients just sliding in the DM. So those are the two ways that I have, and I continue to get clients from that way.
Sliding in the DM. Who knew? Who knew that you could slide in the DM and get clients? And not those ones that y'all be sending people, because you know how y'all said like to jump in there and be like, hey, how you doing? Would you like to buy my? And it's like, well, hold on, I didn't even respond. I've never seen you. We've never interacted. You just jumped in my DM code. I don't think that's part of her strategy. I'm assuming it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Right.
So you got to make sure that even if you don't have, your strategy, which can be purchased by joining in the academy, that you definitely have one that is structured and not cold and very warm and friendly and welcoming, to people when you slide in their DMs and in their inboxes.
Right. Yep.
Do you have any questions on the board, Tawanda?
No questions.
Okay. So, for someone who is newly coming into this field, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are 3 tips you would give them?
I would say newly coming, want to be a stylist. The first thing is like solidify, go ahead and secure your domain. A lot of times you want to make sure that all of your social media handles and your domain is aligned and it's uniform. Grab it so it's not gone. Once you do that, then go ahead and make sure you, of course, apply for your EIN, make sure you get your business license. After you have done that, really sit down and think, who is it that you want to work with? Who is it that you want to serve? I think that a lot of stylists, they start off very broad and like, yeah, I work with women. I work with the everyday. I get this all the time. I want to work with the everyday woman. And I was like, okay, so who's everyday woman? Is she single? Is she married? Does she got kids? Did she just finish college? Like, who is that? So it's so broad. So you got to like scale down. So I think when starting out, you want to really think about who it is that you really want to work with. So it makes it very easy for you to market yourself, as well as coming up with styling packages, as well as figuring out what hashtags to use. Everything is like a domino effect. So all of that goes hand in hand. If you don't have a clear understanding of that, it's going to make it very difficult when it's time to scale your business using paid advertising, because then you're not going to know what to put in there.
Got it. So have you been affected by the COVID-19? Has it impacted you? Has it grown you, minimized you?
You know what? I have been blessed that it has not impacted me. And that's probably because 2 years ago, I started to scale all of my clients to be just straight virtual. So all of my clients that I style are just straight virtual. And now what I'm getting stylists are like, well, how you do it virtually? So I'm getting all of those stylists, and I'm teaching them how to do it. So for me, businesses went up.
Right.
I've been busier than I've ever been.
Because you're now virtual, which is in demand. But question, but so many people not working or going into the office, how does that work?
Well, as far as like the stylists, well, some of the style, I do have actually quite a bit of stylists that still work 9 to 5. And since my program is self-paced, I mean, they just do it when they have time. And then our group calls that we have, they're on Wednesday at 8:00. So they're finished with work anyway. So. No,
so I mean, like you help style women to go to work for their events and
oh, okay, yeah. So I work with a lot of attorneys, and then I do have some clients that work from home. And what has happened with those clients is, one, they have scaled down like their monthly budget, and then 2, all they want me to put in their virtual closet is just lounge clothes.
So you're still kind of working.
Yeah, still kind of work. And I mean, they're still like, you know, they just wear a top. Like literally, if y'all don't even want to see what these bottoms look like, okay? So, you know, just put on the top, and then, you know, you're good to go, and you on, you know, virtual Zoom calls, you know, for work.
Pretty much. Have on green pants and bunny rabbit slippers and.
Oh man, I have on like my thick socks and even sweatpants or some leggings.
So describe Nikki in 3 words.
Describe me in three words.
And you can't explain them. You just have to give us the 3 words.
Oh my God. Okay. Perfectionist. I'm very a perfectionist. I could be a procrastinator sometimes. Let me see. What's the other one? Oh gosh, I don't know. You just put me on the spot. Really? Yeah. I am very competitive. I am. Yeah.
So of those 3 things that you use to describe yourself, how do they help you? How do they benefit your business?
Competitive and being a perfectionist, I keep pushing all the time. Like one of the things about me is, since I am a perfectionist and competitive, I have to sometimes sit back and say, Nikki, you did a good job. Because one thing about me is like, I always like, that's not enough. That's not enough. And I'm just like, you know, I talk to my business coach and my friends, and I'm like, Dad, you got this many clients this week. And I'm like, yeah. And I don't think about that until like weeks later. And I'm like, dang, I did do that. And I don't give myself props at all. And I'm just like, dang, I need to hit this. I need to hit this number. I need to hit that. And it's always, I just, sometimes I don't give myself like, you did a good job. I'm always like, that's not enough. I don't know. I just have not had this conversation with my dad, and he's like, oh, I'm so proud of my girls. You guys are really doing good. And I said, Dad, I just really haven't got to the point in my life where it's like, oh my God, I'm doing good. Like even though I'm doing good, but it hasn't like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like I haven't got to the moment to where I just feel good with all of my accomplishments. Like I feel like I haven't hit that mark for me. Like this is where I've been pushing. Like haven't got there yet.
But what does that look like?
I really, 2020 has been an interesting year. I mean, because my 2020 vision board was it's different than, of course, what's going on right now. But I give myself, like, I say within the next 2 years, like Style Coach Academy and NikkiVenus.com is going to be the platform that stylists go to for like shortcuts, for like done for you service. Like I want to be the one that dominates virtual styling. That's the goal. So you come to me if you want to really learn how to scale and grow your business, getting virtual clients, Nikki Venus, Style Coach Academy, that's where you go. And so I'm going to have like different, and I actually have some now that I have to button up, put a couple of final touches on it, but I'm going to have like a whole bunch of different like digital products and master classes that are like quick products for stylists to help them grow their business. Like maybe bundles of emails, because a lot of times I know that I struggle with what emails I'm going to send out, so that is going to be like probably a digital product. A lot of stylists have a hard time trying to price and package their services. That's a masterclass that I'm about to actually offer and put out there soon. So it's just going to be a catalog of different products and services for stylists. That's the goal.
That's the goal. And you don't think that you're close to that? Yes, ma'am. You are. I need you to enjoy your moments. I need you to.
I need to do better, for real. I do.
For real.
I do.
You need to celebrate the moments that you're in.
I do. I need to
now.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm gonna call you daddy. Yeah, let him get you right. Let him get you together.
Yeah.
So do you I don't know if you are already, but do you have international clients?
Yeah. So listen, so I had it was really fun to work with. I had international clients on both umbrellas, Style Coaching and Biz Strategist. So my first international client, she actually flew out here from Jamaica, and we went shopping at Lenox, got her some stuff to go there. She had just got like this new job, and help her go ahead and get her wardrobe together. And we spent 2 days shopping. Then on the other side, I actually have worked with clients that live in Johannesburg. Is it Tanzania? Yeah, I think. I've had 2 clients. I had a client from Johannesburg, Tanzania, and what was the other one? Canada. Well, Canada don't count, but
it counts.
Well,
in Atlanta, it counts.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go again, minimizing your accomplishments.
I know. I need to stop that. I need to stop
that. For real. You do. So that's good. So the international clients that you have, they found you or you marketed to them? How did that work?
So 2 of the international ones found me. One of them, I like to hop in Facebook groups. So hopping in Facebook groups is a good way to build relationships and get clients too. So I did a post and she DM'd me after that post. So.
Well, that worked out for you pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know a lot of times we join these Facebook groups, but we're not active. We're just a part of the group. And we don't really capitalize on the ability that being in these groups builds so many different relationships, because these people who are in these groups are from all over the nation.
Right.
Like they're usually not local. So they'll have, 11, 12,000 members. And it's like, if you just take a little bit of time and schedule it into your day, you know what I mean? Where you're just doing nothing but socializing in these, these Facebook groups. Although for some people, it seems like it's a waste of time. It's really not, because you learn about different people's products, different businesses. People share information business wise that you may not have known existed or had the ability, and then you build relationships. You can barter, you know, services and materials. It's just I think I like Facebook groups myself, so it kind of, that was good that you used one and was able to capitalize off of it, because I'm all about Facebook groups. I think I'm in about 50 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to find clients for sure.
And it's a good way to build relationships, business relationships, because if you find the right group, you're in there with like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not ones that's sharing memes all day, but people who are sharing vital information.
Right. I'm in this new one that I just joined. It was a spin off of from, have you heard of the Facebook group Boss Moms?
No.
That one, so that one, a lot of people left that one because it was a whole, you know, with everything that's going on, she started to like.
I recently heard about that one.
Yeah. So she started to delete all the comments, of course, about Black Lives Matter, and it was just a big mess. And so, long story short, everybody just left that group. Well, not everybody, but quite a bit of people left and went to this new group. I think it's called Entrepreneur Unity. I can't remember the name of it, but that group is good. I mean, it's brand new, but all of the networking and building the relationships in there, I love it. I love it already.
And where are they based out of?
I don't know where she's based out of. I don't know. I missed the Zoom call that was this week. That's because I've overbooked my schedule.
That's an accomplishment.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I today, let me tell you, ladies, I am so tired right now. You have no idea. I have been on calls. I started my calls and I said, okay, I'm gonna get on here with you guys. I know I need to do my hair. Did my hair this morning. I started my calls at 1:00, and I have had calls literally back to back since 1:00 today, nonstop. And I'm just like so tired.
Well, you look fresh and vibrant.
Thank you.
I don't know how many more you got after this. This the last one?
No, this the last one. Listen, let me tell you, I'm about to get my wine, and I may go live in my Facebook group, but I'm chilling.
You could have brought your wine. We welcome wine.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't bring mine today. I was man, it's been a day. Today has been a day, boy. I have been going since 7:15.
Oh wow. You got me beat.
I'm exhausted. And my day will not end until probably about midnight.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can't do the wine right now. I got to keep going. Usually I kind of mellow it down.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, but not today. So any questions, Tawanda?
No.
Yeah, make one up.
Oh, I was checking the notes, checking the line. No, I really don't have any, because she's really, Nikki, you're very you're explaining everything really good. So I'm kind of in that learning the stylist thing. So I'm learning.
You want to be a stylist?
No. Oh. I like to design. I like to design. I have a bunch of other businesses, but I like to design things, and that stylist part I'm not.
You're like, that's not for me.
But I do need one though.
If someone wanted to open a boutique or an online boutique, is there something or some type of service that you could offer to them that would help them in their purchasing of their products or the structure of their store?
No, no. Because I've been getting that a lot too. I've just been referring them to, there's this young lady, and I've been meaning to reach out to her. I need to just collaborate with her, because I actually have a lot of stylists that have boutiques as well, and then they want to do styling as well. And a lot of times you can't combine the two, because what they offer on their boutique is catered to a whole different audience. And then it's just like, okay, now you want to style. It's like, if you're going to style, make sure that your styling packages caters to the type of audience of who's attracted to your clothing. But there's this young lady on Facebook. I believe her name is Janice, I believe. She is a boutique consultant. So she just works with everybody that wants to open up a boutique. I'm out of that lane. I'm out of that lane. So literally all of my contacts and vendor lists and all of that stuff, I don't even have any of that anymore.
We're gonna have to get her
information. Listen, when I had my online boutique, that was before Instagram.
Oh,
yeah. I actually, when I closed it down, like Instagram was like just like real new.
Do you think about like, had you kept it where you would be?
No, it's, I think that what I know now, there's a lot of things that I would have done different, because I remember when I had my online boutique and I could easily go to the apparel mart and drop 10 grand like real quick, because I was like, when you have a boutique, you have to purchase stuff a season ahead. You have to purchase things a season ahead, and you got to move that inventory. You got to move it, and then it's online, so you don't want to have your customers keep going to the website. It's the same tops, it's the same shirts over and over and over. They're looking for new merchandise, right? So I would go and purchase, but I wasn't selling fast enough, and I would still have inventory left over. Then you got to mark it down. You got to have flash sales. And I was just like, then I had all of my inventory in my guest room. Just like, I'm not here for it. Like, if I had to do it all over again, I would have, back then, influencers was like still new too. I should have did like being an influencer so people can kind of get to know who I am. So when you're an influencer, they get to know who you are and you start to put out different products. They're like, oh, what's that? Oh, I want to buy that. And then they'll be more inclined to want to see what it is that I'm wearing and purchase it. I would have did that way and then brought in my boutique. Another way is I would have used Facebook ads, because Facebook ads changed the game.
Yeah, because I see them Facebook ads for dresses and shirts and all day fashion Facebook ads all up and down my timeline.
And so another thing, those Facebook ads too that you see, I guarantee you those are girls or companies that have drop shipping companies. That right there is a game changer. I have a friend that has a couple of drop shipping companies, and what she does is she just purchased the product, put it on a Shopify drop shipping website, and she makes money in her sleep. Like literally, she makes a lot of money in a month just from drop shipping, put it like that. And she just uses Facebook ads to promote her products.
Boutiques are a lot of work.
It is, especially
maintaining them
on hand. That's a lot.
Yes, the storefront thing and having inventory there that you have to ship out. That's a lot of. It takes due diligence in order to monetize and grow from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking over my question list. Just give me a second. I'm not a journalist. We're not journalists. We're not professionals.
I get it.
So I do have a question. What type? Okay, so I know with stylists, there's a difference between the stylist and the boutique owners. So when you have a boutique owner, a stylist, what type of websites do you go for? Do you want one with a lot of content? Do you want one with the pictures of your clients that you have style, or any, like what would you put on the website?
One, I recommend a Squarespace website. So I recommend. I hate WordPress or Wix. Wix is okay, but I recommend Squarespace. It's very user friendly. You can create your website yourself. Definitely. So there is a formula when it comes to your homepage. So your homepage needs to be picture of you or a banner or something. And then it needs to be in that hero section, exactly what it is that you do. Explain what it is that you do. Hey, I help busy moms, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm a capsule wardrobe expert, blah, blah, blah. And then you want to have a call to action. And then you want to have talking to your client, ideal client pain points of things that they could be experiencing. Mm-hmm. Then you want to, this is all on your homepage. Then under that, you want to have like a mini summary of who you are, like an introduction of yourself, right? And then have that little blurb, another call to action. You want on your homepage, it should be like 3 call to actions. The very top should be like a quick little blurb, what it is that you, as soon as I go to your website, I should know who it is that you service, right? Call to action, maybe book a discovery call, or maybe you have a freebie or something they can download free or whatever it is. Going down the homepage of the website, talk to your pain points. Oh, you have nothing to wear. You experience this? Yo, you're saving clothes because you want to lose 10 pounds or whatever the case is. All of those pain points are going to be in there. Then an introduction of yourself. Then at the bottom, you can have whatever your freebie is. And I don't know if you've heard this term, it's called freebie or opt-in. And that is basically how you build up your email list. Right. So you can potentially, even if that client is just on your website browsing and they may not purchase a styling package from you, and they click on that freebie that you have to offer, they click on it. Then in the background, what you should do is have a sequence of emails that they get for them to eventually book a call with you, or maybe even get one of your small offers. When you have, so that's on the homepage. Then, so I'm dropping a whole bunch of gems, goodness. And then on your service page, you want to make sure, hold on, let me back up. On the homepage, before you get to your freebie offer, you want to make sure that you have on there like at least 3 different ways that your ideal client can work with you. Hey, this is how we can work together. And then those buttons should actually go to the service pages. And then those service pages should explain more of what it is that you do or what it is that's in that particular package. Then from there, the button should go to your online scheduler for them to book an appointment. But that's just like a quick little rundown of what are some things that you should actually put on your website. You definitely want to make sure if you're a big blogger, you can put that on there. Blogs is a good way to get organic traffic. You can actually put pins on Pinterest. So, you know, everything that you put on Pinterest is there forever, forever, forever. Mm-hmm. So you can actually create a blog, create a pin, put it on Pinterest, and get traffic from Pinterest to go to your website. Pinterest is like Google on steroids. So if you're not using Pinterest, it's like you're losing money. Mm-hmm. So Pinterest is like Google on steroids. I recommend definitely using Pinterest. I actually slowed down using Pinterest, but I used to use Pinterest when I first started, and it's a good way to get traffic to your website.
So we do have a question. I have a question here.
Okay.
It said, do you try to get them to try styles completely different from what they're used to?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to push the envelope. That's what a style coach does. So the first thing that I do with my clients is I get them to create a Pinterest board of pieces that they like. And I make sure that they understand only put pieces that you like, that you would wear in real life, that matches your lifestyle. That's so important, because what happens is you can go out or you can look on Pinterest or Instagram and you say, oh man, that is really cute. Oh, that's cute. But would you wear that? And if you would wear that, you're going to wear that where? Because this is what you normally do. So that's so important. And so I have my clients do that first, right? So we can it helps me get a sense of direction as far as where they would like their style direction to go. And then based on, their body type and skin tone, then I can assess what will be best for them, is what I recommend. I can kind of get a sense of where they want to go. You were on mute. I didn't hear you. Was she saying something?
No.
Oh, I thought she was saying something.
We in the house. I was talking to somebody in the house.
Okay. What was I saying? Okay, so so yeah, I pushed the envelope a little bit. So because my clients are coming to me because I'm the expert in style, right? So I'm going to put you in the best thing that's going to make you look like a badass. So I'm going to make sure it looks good on your body type. I'm going to make sure that color looks good with, you know, it matches your hair, you know, all of that. So I've had clients to where they're like, oh, I don't know if that looks good. You know, you don't know until you try it on. And a lot of times someone that comes to a stylist or a style coach, a lot of times they really don't have any sense of direction when it comes to style. So they may not understand a particular top or a bottom that is a trend, or it's supposed to fit like that, or the arms are supposed to be, you know, a little bit loose, or the pants supposed to be a little bit baggy. So as a style coach, you have to tell your client that so they understand. And so I push the envelope a little bit if I know and I have a vision in my head of what I know it can look like on them. They just have to test it and try it on. And then like, oh man, Nikki, you're up. Oh my God, I didn't know that this could look so good. I get that all the time. So,
You get that all the time.
oh my God. I'm like, see, I told you, girl. I told you. Yep.
Cool. So let me see. I think we have another question. Hold on. So do you style men?
I don't. I know.
Oh, I got a man here. He need a style. He need a coach.
I don't. I don't know. Like, it just is like, it doesn't, women have more selection. it's funner. It's just, I don't style men. Nope.
Is that
I thought about adding that component, but I was like, no.
But there is, you know, a need.
There is a need, but that's just not my lane.
Understood.
So I think that too, you know, with any business, you got to do what makes you, you know, happy and enjoyable. I tell my students and my clients, like, as a stylist, I have some stylists that hate doing closet edits. Like, if you hate doing closet edits, don't put that as a service that you offer, you know? So only offer services that you enjoy. Like for me, I've done it before, but I really don't like to do personal shopping trips with clients because it takes too long.
Okay.
So no.
So you do the exceptions, like the young lady who came from Jamaica.
Yeah. I did do that. That was prior to me. At that point I had that on my website, but now I don't offer that.
Okay.
No.
So how can we reach you? Give us all your handles where they can locate.
Okay, so NikkiVenus.com. I'm on Instagram and I am Nikki Venus. I really don't hang out too much on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, which is I am Nikki Venus as well. But I'm mainly on Instagram, which is I am Nikki Venus, and NikkiVenus.com.
So there you go. Do they just those two places? Do you email, phone? All that information is listed on her IG and on her website.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I thank you. I have learned a lot. Now I know the difference between a stylist and a style coach.
Yes.
So yes. I can decide which one I want to invest in. Probably will be neither, because I can't afford no style coach right now. I'm like, give me half the package. Like, tell me what kind of shirts, and then I'm gonna figure out the bottoms.
No, well, you know what? I have some stylists where they offer like lower price points that, you know, are they're kind of mid-level stylists. So their price points are a little bit lower. It takes time to build up to the higher price point. I didn't start off like that. It takes time.
So this one last question, and then I'm gonna let you go. How do you determine your price point as a style coach?
So I say it's like you have a beginner, intermediate, and advanced, right? So between like 0 to like 2 years, like all your price points, you have a base hourly rate. You have a base hourly rate that you come up with, right? From that base hourly rate, that's going to help you determine all of your styling packages. So I give a rough estimate, and this is just a guide. This is Nikki Venus guide. So 0 to like 2 years, I would say like the hourly rate to base your packaging on could be like from $50 to like $65 an hour. And then like mid-level, 2 years between, let's say 5 would be about like $75 or $65 to like $85. And then anywhere from 6 years and up can be a base hourly rate of like 85 and up. I've seen like up to like $150 an hour. So then like for the styling packages, you want to, or what I tell my clients is you want to base it off of time, but how you do it is how much time it's going to take you to do that particular service based on your hourly rate that you have given yourself.
Okay. And most packages are what, span over 6 months, 3 months?
For style, I mean, everybody is different because they do it based on who their ideal client is, right? So mine is 3 months and 30 days. I've seen 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. So yeah. Okay, so
it's generally a long process. It's not a short-term service.
No, it's a long process, and the reason why I like to do 3 months because that's a season, so I can prepare my client for a season.
Okay.
So if you do 6 months, you're working with the client for 2 seasons. So you're helping them build, because it takes time, depending on what their budget is. It takes time to build up a wardrobe. Unless, I've had clients that's like, hey, I'm gonna drop it and buy all of this at one time. I've had that too, but it takes time to build. So that's why it takes time, and I like to do at least work with them for like 1 season.
So you work I didn't even think about that. Did you guys work in seasons? Not. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? That's what I forgot to say. This is a big, and you're gonna probably kill me for this, but when you said, well, how did you start off? I forgot to mention the biggest part of my business when I first started. So my very first client that I ever styled, my very, very first client was the CEO for Mercedes-Benz. Steve Cannon, his wife was my very first client. So that's how my business kind of trickled down really, really fast. So yeah, I forgot to mention that.
So you jumped in at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is no fair.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah. He's now, I think he's now like he's the CEO for the Falcons, I think now, or something like that. He works hand in hand with Arthur Blank. It's funny. The funny thing is I didn't even know who he was or who Arthur Blank was because I don't watch football. So I remember getting her as a client, and I'm over her house. Mind you, she got like 5 different not 5 different bedrooms, but like 5 different closets, like clothes everywhere. So I'm over her house. I'm like, dang, why does she have all this Falcon stuff like everywhere? And so I get home and I'm looking at this big picture of this guy, and I'm like, is he supposed to be somebody? Like, so get home, and I told my husband, I was like, yeah, she's talking about she want me to pack her for a trip. She's going on a trip with some guy named Arthur Blank. And my husband's looking at me like, he's like, do you know?
Like, you really don't know?
I'm just like, no, like what? He was like, that's a pretty big deal. I was like, really? I had no idea because I don't watch football at all. But
again,
that's
minimizing your accomplishments.
Huh?
Minimizing your accomplishments.
Mm-hmm. But that was a big accomplishment. That one right there I felt good because from there I was able to get more clients from working with her.
So that's good that you mentioned that. So as a melanated business, mm-hmm. What adversities do you encounter, if you've encountered any? Like, do you show up and people expect you to be like, oh, I didn't know. Your name is kind of Nikki. You don't really know which way to go with that. So,
man, let me tell you. So working with her, it was like, I had to make sure I was on like I's dotted, T's crossed, because 1, that was my first client. 2, she was white. So I felt like I had to make sure I put my best foot forward. Like, you on time, you got get all this together. Like I still feel like that. any white client that I have, I feel like I do have to work a little harder, or I have to make sure I explain my services very, very well and make sure they have a clear understanding of what to expect. As whereas when I work with my Black clients, I feel more, I don't feel as tense. And it's not to say that I'm not giving them my best service, but I feel more comfortable, and I don't feel like, I need to get all, I don't feel tense. I feel like very relaxed, like not like I'm talking to my homegirl, but it's different. It's completely different. Even the phone calls are like just completely different. So different. This week has been very interesting in the styling world as far as with what's going on. One of the groups that I'm in is a group where women, they really have no sense of style at all. Majority of the women in there are white. I actually initially joined the group for me to potentially get clients, and and also for me to learn struggles that they were having, because I like to like research and say, okay, well, man, they really having struggles with this, so I know what can help me within my business. And so I this week I had posted in the group, hey, is anybody looking for like some summer fashion, summer shopping or whatnot, with everything that's going on? Like, would you guys be interested in purchasing from some Black boutiques? Everybody was like, yes, Nikki, oh my God, I'm so glad that you got this. This was a great idea. I'm going to be doing some shopping soon. Yes, I'm so glad that you. And then guess what happened? The admin deleted my post.
Oh no.
Shut up.
So till this right now, I went in on her. And so I've even had some of the girls from the group DM me on Facebook, and they were like, oh, we're so sorry. I emailed the admin, asking her, why did you do this? And blah, blah, blah. And so she has been emailing me. I still have a message in my Facebook Messenger. I have not messaged her back, but she was like, I apologize. I'm still learning, and I'm still learning, and I need to, I'm trying to figure out how I can make my website and my group a more diverse group with women of color and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just, I'm so tired. Why do I have to teach you? Why do you want me to tell you what it is that you can do? I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm so sick and tired of it.
Why don't you know? I know how to treat you.
And I asked her, I said, did it ever occur to you that majority of all of the women in this group were white? I said, no. Ask yourself why. No, you haven't thought about that, because that's your norm. That's your norm. You haven't thought about that. You haven't thought about why you don't have any Black women or even women of color just diversified. She has like these ebooks and stuff that you sell, and she talks about color analysis and all of that, but it's always about on white women all the time. And so I was like, you haven't thought about that. Let me tell you, I just like, ooh.
The fact that she said, I'm learning.
What are you learning?
Yeah, she's learning.
You ain't learned yet?
Yeah, she said she's learning. I'm a very loving person. I didn't mean any harm or any intent. And this is the thing that really pissed me off, what she did. So after that happened, I left the group because I was just annoyed. So after it happened, one of the girls in the group, she DM'd me, and she was like, I emailed the admin and was like, hey, why did you do this? Blah, 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 blah. And then the girl, she told me, she said that she's working on something where people can post about businesses, right? Get what she did. She goes and make a thread for all businesses. For all businesses.
All businesses matter.
And then somebody in the thread was like, well, what happened to the thread for just Black businesses. So I quickly responded, oh, the admin deleted it.
She said all businesses matter.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, the admin deleted. So she's been like feeling bad because she's been in my DM. Oh, I just wanted to send another apology and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I need a moment because I'm just like so agitated where even there's a lot of online coaches and entrepreneurs that are white that I follow that I admire. That I'm like, oh man, she's super dope. I'm like learning a lot and not saying nothing, carrying on like business as usual. And I feel some type of way about that.
Is that something that you encounter a lot or just right now? Like,
Right now I'm encounter that a lot as far as I don't see that they're talking about the issue. And then the other thing is now all of a sudden with this going on, now they're trying to highlight stylists, I'm getting a lot of more white stylists to follow me now. That's very interesting. Following me, trying to highlight me on their pages and stuff. So ever since all of this is going on, I've been getting a lot of Facebook requests from I'm like, who is this person? It's been interesting. It's been interesting. But my emotions have been all over the place. So I have to watch myself before I keep snapping.
As everyone's are very sensitive at this moment, very I don't know, I don't want to say I'm numb because I'm not numb. I'm angry. And because I'm angry, I'm separating myself because my anger is going to supersede my logic and I'm going to start making emotional react. You know what I mean? I'm going to have an emotional reaction,
right.
which is then what is expected for me to have an emotional reaction. But then you're chastised for not having any reaction. Mm-hmm. It's like, let me get my mental health together because I could be more of a problem than I could be a benefit.
Right. Here's the other thing that has been impacting my business and my clients. So with everything that's going on now, what I'm saying with Black entrepreneurs is they're making other businesses feel some type of way about promoting their business. Because they're making them feel like if they don't promote or post Black Lives Matter and talk about that content all the time, it's wrong. Like they can't promote their business. You should be able to promote your business and be for the cause. Like, why do you have to stop promoting your business? And so people, I'm like, that's crazy for you to just stop promoting your business. Just because you're promoting your business, that doesn't mean that you don't care. And I'm seeing that too. I'm seeing that a lot. And so some of my students are like, well, I don't know what to post. It's just, yeah, yeah.
That part.
Right.
Just make the face. You like, you can't even say nothing. You just.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, I said, you cannot feel like, don't let nobody tell you what to post and what not to post. Mm-hmm. Right. At the end of the day, you have a business to run. And right now, Black businesses are needed more than any time. Like, Black businesses are needed right now. Yeah, I just get it.
And the promoting of your Black business is even better than having it because everybody is looking to patronize the Black business. Everybody is wanting to prove that they are for the cause. So let me, like the young ladies in the group, oh, you have something Black, let me jump on it. Let me, you know what I mean, show that I'm not opposed. I'm not one of them. I'm different. Let me, so why not? How are we supposed to grow our dollars?
Right.
You know what I mean? The money is green. It's not Black. It's not white. It's not Filipino. It's not Haitian. It's not Puerto Rican. Money is green.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're trying to grow your business, then you should be welcoming all money, but still stand as a Black owned business. Still make it known that you're a Black operated business. You know what I mean? You don't have to separate yourself or distance yourself as a Black owned business in order to gain the dollar of the white people, or any other people for that matter.
Right. And another thing that I had put out in another group that I'm in is actually a stylist group. I put out this question. I said, as a stylist, do you feel you attract the type of client that looks like you? Those comments. So this one post got me on a panel for next week. So I mean, I'm Black. I'm a Black woman, so majority of all my clients are Black. Yes. And have I worked with white women? Yes. But the reality of it, I just attract more Black women because I am a Black woman. But some of the comments, I was really turned off when some of the white girls are like, no, they don't look like me. My potential clients are attracted to my energy and my vibe. And I'm just like, no. No, I mean, and then I had some stylists, they were really honest about it. And she was like, no, most of my clients look like me. And I work with very few Black women, and was really honest about it. And then even shared like, I wonder why I don't even collaborate with Black stylists, or why I don't have any Black stylists in my feed, or why I scroll through and nobody Black. That should tell you something, right?
Yeah.
It's even in the same group, I can post a question about, hey, I have a client that's really tall. Where should I shop? Nobody won't respond. Majority of everybody in that group is white. It's probably about 50 girls that are Black in there, but it's hardly anybody respond. But somebody else will post in there. Everybody responds.
So it's is this field a very does it lack the diversity? Is it very segregated, I guess you would say?
I won't say that it lacks the diversity sometimes when it comes to, the clients that you work with. I mean, I think that as a Black stylist, you're going to attract more Black women because you're Black. And I think the same thing with white women. They're going to attract more white women because they're white. Same thing like within my program. All my students in my program, they're Black. None of the white stylists are even looking my way at all. There's a lot of other there's some other coaches out there that do what I do, and I look at their program and look at their students. All their students are white. All of their stylists in their program are white. So it's sad. It really is sad, but it's the reality of it. And now that a lot of the stylists that are in the group, they're like paying attention and looking and recognizing it. And I can appreciate now that they're trying to, collaborate and want to do some things together. And, they're like, oh my gosh, these are some dope stylists. I can't even believe that I haven't even been trying, follow you or even want to collab with you. Or like when they do workshops and master classes and stuff, like if it never has dawned on you, like, dang, we have a whole group of stylists. How come nobody is of color? You don't even think about that. So it's sad, but that's just reality.
The reality. Well, I again enjoyed you, and that's eye-opening. Because you wouldn't think that it would be so segregated. You know what I mean? Because fashion is like everybody enjoys fashion. Everyone, loves a nice piece. You know what I mean? So you would be, and maybe because when we think of fashion, we think of celebrities, and they're so diverse and they're so mixed that you never really think that on the smaller or lower scale that it's separated.
Mm-hmm.
And all the, all of that you have to deal with and encounter,
mm-hmm.
especially during a time, like this. So.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words, Tawanda, with the T?
No, nothing here. Okay, so one thing that I was thinking when you were saying about the group, when the lady was saying that she has to learn, I think that's just like with a lot of people. If they're not used to being around Black people, if they're not like not even on a daily basis, just period, then they're gonna say. But I still don't understand how they're not. I mean, you're just human. You don't have to treat us any different. Just we're human.
I actually have a white friend that she finally she said, "Oh my gosh, I had to sit and think." And I finally realized and thought about my white privilege, because she always thought like white privilege. Like, no, I wasn't born with, a gold spoon in my mouth and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, it's different. Like what your experience is different from mine. And she didn't realize that until like a couple of days ago. Didn't realize. And this is someone that is a white woman that's married to a Black man, and her kids are mixed.
Wow.
And she did not realize that, there's a huge difference. Like, being a white person in a room with a whole bunch of Black people, you gonna tell me you ain't gonna be uncomfortable? For a Black person to do it, that's like the norm for us. We gotta, what we do, adjust.
Right. We adjust. We have adjusted so that it is our norm. We're more comfortable. We're not more comfortable. We're more used to being in rooms full of white people than we are used to being in rooms full of Black people.
Yeah.
Right.
Being surrounded in a room full of white people is our normal. And when we go to work every day, we're surrounded by white people. That's our normal. I tell my daughter all the time, Atlanta's the exception. The world doesn't look like Atlanta. Don't get accustomed to think that life, once you graduate and go off to college, is going to look like Atlanta. It doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a crutch, you know what I mean? But it something has to give. In the business realm, in the social realm, something has to. I don't know why it's hard. It's not hard for us. It's not hard for us to treat you as a human being. It's not hard for us to treat you accordingly. It's not hard for us to talk to you with respect. Why do you have to learn how to talk to? What is so different about me that you have to learn how to speak to me? Speak to me like you speak to everyone else. Engage and interact with me the same as you do everyone else. I'm not asking you to treat me different. I'm asking you to treat me like you treat everyone else.
Right. Yeah. It's just so unfortunate. I think that this panel that I'm supposed to be on next week, I told him, he came up with some topics, and I told him, I said, those topics are too safe. I said, in order to have change, we have to have the uncomfortable talk, period. So that's what we're going to have. And so hopefully they can see the panel is diverse, which I think is really good. For them to hear the perspective from Black stylists and some of the things that we go through. And shoot, I would love to collaborate with some of these dope white stylists and have some of these virtual summits that they do, but they only do just all of them, right? One of the things that has been interesting with my husband and his job is they're doing discussions like this via Zoom, and they're leaving, everything is just like open, like nothing's off limits. And so the conversations have been very deep, to where he's like, oh my gosh, like I'm hearing people like crying. And he was like, this one was really, really deep. Today, a young girl, she said, I'm a millennial, and I'm just trying to understand. You want me to tell you what's right from wrong? You want me to tell you that, to tell you what you need to do? She's like, that just is crazy to me. And she was like, here it is. I have to work at work in corporate America. I have to work twice as hard for me to get a promotion or for me to get the raise that I know I deserve than Becky over here. But that's just the truth.
Right. The sad truth. It's not even the truth, it's the sad reality. That's the reality of life as a Black person.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note, then we gotta find something happy to talk about. I'm ready. I'm about to go. I'm ready to go knock some stuff over now. Y'all done got me all in my emotions.
You need a rage room.
Oh, now I need to go drink some wine. I gotta take a pause break for my day. But the summit. Do you have the information for the summit?
So this panel it's a closed panel, so it's only for stylists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only for stylists.
That's up.
We should do one.
You should do one.
I said we should do one.
Oh. We'll talk about that offline. So I do want to thank everyone for tuning in. We actually went over a little longer today, but we had something that we needed to talk about, something that we need to discuss that is going on that affects our businesses in all realms.
Yes.
You know, that and what's going on right now. So it all correlates and goes in together. So I do thank you, Nikki Venus.
Thank you.
NikkiVenus.com, IG, I am Nikki Venus. If you need a style coach, all of my beautiful entrepreneurs, all of my wonderful, powerful women in business, reach out to her. She can help you organize your closet and get you together and make sure that you show up to your event and your virtual meetings and when we get the world back open, you know, we start having all those 50 million networking events that Atlanta loves to have, that you show up and you look amazing. So thank you. Until Tuesday, we will see you guys then. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.